Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Logan, and right now I'm just a little irritated. I did a load, I'm under another one, okay? So I'm under my second load since I was in the yard. I was in the yard not long after I got back from home time because they saw that the exhaust manifold was leaking. So I had to take that to Peterbilt, right? So I took it to Peterbilt, they fixed it. I was in a hotel overnight. Next day it was fixed, it was fine. I was doing my inspection and the coolant was really low. And I always keep up on the coolant. You almost really have to anyway, but especially on the tanker side, it gets used a lot. I'm like, well, that's weird that they didn't fill that up. So I filled it up, I got it running, made sure nothing was leaking. Everything was fine. I do my first load out of there, get that done. I'm on this load now, right? And so here I am just in Georgia, and I started getting that little thing, and I know it was the coolant. I'm like, oh, great, because there's not really, like, if you see, well, you can't really see it, like, this is how the side is. There's nowhere to pull over. So essentially, if you can see, I'm in the turning lane. But I'm in that part of the turning lane where it's just after this grass median, and so you can't really turn. It's got all those crosses. I'm in that part, but still, there's traffic coming this way, and there's traffic going this way, so I have all my stuff out. I got myself on duty and stuff. But it's just a little frustrating because, like, it's a coolant leak. I don't know that this is something they could fix. Hopefully, I don't think it's the radiator necessarily, because I've had that with a Freightliner. If you've been around, you know. But it's just like, man, I just want to get to where I need to get. I have not observed a leak. I even was stopped for a break. I had to take a sleep break because I was due at 3 a.m. this morning. I slept as much as I could through the day. It's just difficult when you're not really tired, but I got a nap in. I drove for a while, and I was like, man, I need to shut down for like 3 hours. Everything was fine. Nothing was leaking. So I don't know what happened from there to here, which has been like under 100 miles. But anyways, I was already trying to stop somewhere just for a bathroom break. I didn't quite make it. I have like half a mile and I'm there, but I can't drive anymore because the coolant is so low that it was like, well, we're going to shut down in a minute. So I had to pull over to something. Thankfully, this turning lane came. So here I am in the turning lane. I got my little cones out. I don't know. I can't switch this thing around, I don't think. Nope, it doesn't allow me to switch anything around. I don't know how people do that. I don't know how y'all do that. But I got a cone out front, or the triangle, I should say, because of oncoming traffic, but then I got two on that side behind me because it is coming around a corner. But I'm very visible, and I am out of the way, but technically I'm in the turn lane, so it's not ideal. So anyways, I sent the pictures into Road Assist, let them know what's going on. They said, hey, since you can't move anywhere and you're in the turning lane, we don't want an accident, call on the emergency line. I'm like, okay. So I hit the Road Assist in my contacts, and it just goes to the supervisor. I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to call the emergency line apparently because, he's like, oh, well, you just call the number, and then when it gives you, just pay attention to the options, and you hit the one for emergency. I'm like, okay, so I call. It's not giving me options. And so I'm scrolling through everything. I'm like, do I go to the accident? But I don't have an accident. I don't want to call safety. I'm not in an accident. So I wrote them. I'm like, look, I'm sorry. It doesn't, when I call through the contacts, when I call Road Assist, it does not give me options for an emergency line. What do I push? And so they wrote back. They're like, don't worry, I'll get it set up for you. And I'm like, okay, well, thank you. But still, why is it that difficult to find the emergency line in the app? It should be like the first freaking number. It should be above the, maybe even your fleet manager, right? Road Assist emergency line. I still don't know how to fucking do it. That's concerning to me because, like, I spent 10 minutes looking for it. I called the Road Assist twice, and when it didn't give me the options, I hung up so that I'm not, holding up the line. But that's kind of ridiculous. Like, I think maybe they need to fix that. Emergency should be easy and quick and first to find. So anyways, I'm pretty irritated because I just want to get to where I want to get. I don't want to be spending, I only have 4 hours and 37 minutes left to my day. I don't want to not be able to get this load because it's the only load that's going to be on this week. And so it's only going to be a couple $100. Last week was only a couple $100 because I was coming in off of home time. So, it's just, and because I had to get the the repair, I wasn't able to get more than one load on this week, so it's just fucking me over real royally, you know what I mean? At least I'm not a lease operator now, so the cost of all this isn't going to be on me, but I'm still paying the price by way of my wages with all this crap. So, I mean, it needs to get fixed, but it's just a little irritating. So, who knows how long it'll be. And I just hope it's something they can fix on the road, top off the coolant, and I'm on my way. But I don't know anything about like diesel mechanics or mechanics in general. I don't know if the exhaust manifold has anything to do with that, and you know, if they didn't hook something up properly and it just or what, I don't know. But I'm hoping that they can just fix it on the road and I can be on my way. I don't want to have to deal with being towed and then trying to figure out where I'm going to sleep tonight. So anyways, I guess I'll keep you posted. Hopefully it can get fixed. I guess we'll find out. Okay, update, because I was writing back and forth to the road assist guy. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't figure out how to get through to the emergency line, because I felt really bad about that. But he wrote me back. He said he called the line twice and it didn't give him I just went straight to him. He said, that's weird. So I was doing the right thing, calling road assist. For some reason, something's going on today, and it's not giving you those options to get through to the emergency line. So, and it's September 1st, Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. So hopefully they'll get that fixed. I guess it's a good thing it got found out now, you know. But I was feeling like kind of dumb, and it was irritating me. Like I was getting irritated by myself. You know, I wasn't getting irritated. Well, it was a little irritating. I'm like, it should be easier, but it's like nobody's fault. There's something wrong with the system. So hopefully no one else is having this issue today. But I'm here waiting. They said a truck and trailer is coming out, like a repair truck and trailer. So hopefully they can get whatever it is. I hope it's just like a little, like maybe a rock dinged something and cut a hole into it. I don't know. I just hope I just really hope it's easy to fix. I really do. Hopefully you can hear me. Somewhere back there it's leaking from. Back in there, right? And this water pump thing, and it's flowing all the way down to here, and down over here. I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, what should I get to absorb that? Because I don't have anything else, because I had a leak. But as you can see, here's another vantage point. You know, see how it's just dripping down. And we filled it up enough to get me down here, just about 3 miles down the road. I'm at safe parking. But yeah. So like I said, I'm at safe parking right now. Tomorrow morning, this has to be taken into Peterbilt to get fixed. Yay! And my load is due at like 7, somewhere between 7 and 9 in the morning on the 3rd. It is currently the 1st, as I have said. So it's what we're dealing with. But hopefully you can hear me okay. I really hope that it doesn't take too much time to get fixed, and I can just stay under this load. They're going to work to try and repower it, put me under something like an empty trailer and stuff, but I don't know. Anyway, that's the update so far. Well, the update is I'm in a hotel room, just 2 businesses down from where the Peterbilt is being fixed. They are not going to get to it today. They will get to it in the morning. I had to drop the trailer there too. It's a secure lot, and they are repowering it, so I'm no longer on this load, so no Florida for me, at least this time. It's a bummer, you know, it's a bummer, but hopefully they get it fixed and I don't have any other issues, and I could just get rolling and making that money. But at least there was a place within walking distance. Seeing things getting picked up and towed was interesting. I had a good conversation with the pickup guy. He says they don't get to do a lot of towing tankers, and mine's loaded, mind you. It's got like, what is it, 47,000 pounds worth of product in the back. So, but someone's coming tonight to pick it up. I have it all taken care of. They're able to get the bill of lading. I just get to stay in here, and I got the air conditioning on finally. But yeah, one more day of not rolling. And it might seem like, oh cool, I get all this free time to myself, and while, you know, we all need free time, I need to pay my bills. I would prefer, I already had my home time. I just had my home time, and I was just down for a day getting the exhaust manifold leak fixed at the Peterbilt there, which yes, I did tell them that that was just recently done, and if they needed to talk to that Peterbilt about all the stuff that they did, because it might be connected, that they can go ahead and do that, and that the tanker division, or not the tanker division, but the, man, you can see me in the background. What the heck? I don't like my figure right now. But anyways, road assist, they can get a hold of road assist for if they need to get a hold of that Peterbilt, which one they sent me to and all of that. But as it is, I'm going to be here for the night. Hopefully they can get it started, and by the time I check out, I could just go to the truck and get going on another load. And hopefully it's going somewhere fun like Florida, but I'll probably end up getting deadheaded over to Newark, maybe to that AAK that we go to. Anyone that's a tanker driver or prime, you know where I'm talking about, in Jersey. Get something that's going to take me back over to like Indiana, Illinois, and do that little circuit. So anyways, I'm here for the night. This might be the end of the video because, well, the next one is just, it's fixed, unless I hear something otherwise. Unless I hear I'm going to be here for a couple days, then you'll see me again. Okay, it's the next day, and the update is I'm still in the hotel room, as you can see, one more night. I called just about noon, a second time over to Peterbilt to kind of get the update, and I was told at that time it's still in diagnostics. So I'm here another night. Prime went ahead and paid for tonight. Like, I gave them the receipt for yesterday because they're gonna reimburse me that. So I was like, yeah, go ahead and have Prime pay for it directly, because I don't want my funds to get too low for when I finally do get on the road. I have money for if I need any food or anything like that. So I'm still here. I'm going to be playing a little bit of a video game, kind of pass the time. I got a book to read, all that kind of stuff, some stuff to eat and drink. So hopefully tomorrow I have some really good news. Maybe it'll be done tonight, but who knows? They keep finding more things wrong with it, I guess. Okay, it is day 3. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm sitting right next to the aircon because I was just outside, and even though it says it's only like 72 degrees this morning, the humidity is just like I'm sweating bullets. I just got done paying for a room for another night. They had to order some parts for it, so it won't be done tonight. It will be done tomorrow. That's what the guy said in the back room there. So I'm excited about that, and they allowed me to come and get my CPAP machine because the first night I completely forgot about it. And then the next day when I went to put it on, it's like for some reason it was like I was delirious or something. I didn't have it last night. By the time I remembered that I needed to go get it, they're closed. You can't get into the building, you can't get into the yard at all. They close the gate and lock it. So I went and got it today and got that update from them. Yesterday it was in diagnostics all day, so hopefully whatever all is wrong with it, they found it and they are going to fix it. And I am so appreciative right now that I am not a lease operator, because I would not be able to afford today in this room. So I paid the first day, and I already said this, but I'm just recapping. I paid the first day, I'm being reimbursed for that. They paid the next day, which was yesterday, and they paid for today. There was a debacle. Okay, so they'll send the express code over, and then you go into the ComData app, you put the express code in, and then that money that they're forwarding goes onto the card so you can use it for what you need to use it for, right? So I used the first code, and it had a green 100, but no money. There was no money up there. And I'm like, what the heck? So I called into ComData. After an hour, it never came through. So I called into ComData, talked to a really nice lady, and she's like, well, I don't know where that $100 went. I show that it came in, but then it just disappeared, so it must be a glitch on their end. She says, there's $27 here, though. And I'm like, well, it says 0 for my balance. I see the green 100. And she's like, yeah, I don't know what the $27 is. She's like, oh, it's gone now. I'm like, okay, so am I in the negative? She's like, no, it looks like a $0 balance. I'm like, okay. So I told my fleet manager, hey, for some reason it's not come through. So she sends another 100. That 100 comes through instantly, but then the $27 that lady mentioned is gone. Now there's only $72 in it. And then I look, and there's like a minus $27 and some odd cents. I'm like, well, shit. But I go down, I pay the $72 with Prime's money. I put in my $20, which is only fair because that money is not meant for a negative balance. So today my fleet manager was asking me like, you did use the other code because they're saying it went through. And I'm like, yeah, I used it and there's a green 100, but when I called, like it never went through. And I showed her a screenshot of, you know, the app and stuff. I was like, oh, and when the second one come through, like apparently in my balance, I was in a negative balance of $27, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, long story short, back in March, it was in March? No, back in May, when I first got my T-Mobile, for some reason, they charged $127 to me, but it went into the negative, but it wasn't showing up on my end. So when that first $100 came through, it just went straight to that balance, and then I was left with a minus $27 and some odd cents. So when the next 100 went through, it paid that 27 remainder. So so we figured that out. I'm like, I'm really sorry. She says, you know, that $100 is going to come out of your next account. I'm like, that's totally fair, because that money was not meant for a negative balance. And I said, I assure you, I asked that lady where that money went. She said she didn't know. And, you know, it's just, it was a weird thing, but we got it sorted. And I feel bad about that, because, like, I haven't used that card for that reason ever since my first paycheck. My first paycheck on the tanker side, because I went from lease to company, so I'm a company driver and tanker. My first paycheck went into the com data, and then after that it goes to my regular bank account. So I had no reason to open the app, but even still, if it's not showing me there's a negative balance, it just says 0. I wouldn't have thought, you know, because if my bank account were to go in the 0, it would say minus and it would be in the red. We got it figured out. She did say that if for some reason, you know, we'll take a look at your paycheck, and then if you're not getting enough to sustain you while you're on the road, let me know. I'll do it. I do in advance, so you have money on the road, which I think is awesome, because you don't get offered that in the lease side. At least I never was anytime. And I had a radiator leak, so I've already dealt with the coolant issue. But I think I'm going to conclude the video here, unless tomorrow I find out they found something else. I'm here another night. Maybe I'll just put that in the next video. I don't know. But I'm going to stop it here, because I suspect the video is a bit too long anyway. I hope you all are doing great. Thank you so much for checking in on me, and I will see you in the next video.